Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let me thank the Bureau of the 18th session of the Commission on Sustainable Development and the Division for Sustainable Development for this opportunity to address all stakeholders around the world. I also appreciate the innovations designed to improve the CSD process, which have been recently introduced by the Bureau and the UN Department of Economic and Social Affairs. The Czech Republic continuously pays close attention to CSD, as well as to the currently starting preparatory process for the UN Conference on Sustainable Development planned for the year 2012. We find important that CSD uses integrated approach to sustainable development issues with emphasis on cross-cutting issues, as well as with participation of non-governmental actors, major groups which play an indispensable role in the implementation. The thematic cluster of CSD 18 is comprehensive. Therefore, in my brief intervention, I would like to focus on sustainable consumption and on chemicals management. At the same time, I will try to point out linkages with other topics of this CSD cycle. The Czech Republic is aware of the significance of sustainable consumption as a cross-cutting issue strongly linked to all CSD 18 themes. Any effort encouraging the shift towards sustainable consumption patterns is important. Let me focus on the household consumption, because it has significant environmental impacts. The household consumption is projected to increase over the next years, and so its impacts may intensify. To increase the public awareness in sustainable consumption and production, the Czech Ministry of Environment published the brochure "The Czechs in Consumer Paradise," which was published in June 2009. The document focuses particularly on food consumption, energy, housing, personal transport, and trends in the consumption of the Czech households over the last 20 years. Moreover, we also developed an educational toolkit for elementary and secondary school children. The main purpose of the toolkit is to present practical implications of sustainable consumption and interesting facts about sustainable use of water, energy and materials resources in households, shopping habits and customer choices, product labeling, sustainable housing, product life cycles and ecological footprint. As personal transport is one of the areas with the most significant impact, the Czech Republic hosted the PEP workshop, focused on safe and healthy walking and cycling in urban areas, in September last year in Prague. The aim of the workshop was to encourage policymakers in the fields of transport, health and environment to develop strategies and measures to support pedestrian and cycle-friendly cities. Now let me turn to the chemicals management. The Czech Republic has always been a country where industry plays an important role. We have gathered a significant range of experience related to the chemicals management within the life cycle, while striving towards sustainable consumption and production of chemicals. Over the years, we have developed sound legislation covering the whole life cycle of chemical substances and preparations, including not only production, use, and placing on the market, but also disposal and remediation of environmental hotspots. Moreover, we benefit from experience and legislation of the European Union regarding chemicals. Nowadays, the emphasis, at least in our case, is not to put on the creation of the coherent legal framework, but rather on the effective implementation of existing measures and assistance to other countries to reduce risks stemming from chemicals. Our experience clearly shows the following. If we succeed in better coordination of the support activities to allow for more effective and efficient use of limited financial and human resources, it leads to more pronounced international co-benefits and significant improvement of the environment. I would like to mention several bilateral projects which we were involved to assist countries in other regions. For example, remediation, reclamation and revitalization of hazardous waste, storage site after the extraction of lead zinc ores in Mojkovac in Montenegro, or another example is the rehabilitation of Adahuja area in Serbia, technical and technological support for the remediation of hotspots caused by illegal ore mining in the central part of Mongolia, and the removal of old environmental burdens in chemical plant OHIS in Skopje in the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia. These projects reduce environmental risks, but also contribute to the remediation of the site and its surroundings, establishing proper waste management schemes or conversion of the technology to prevent further contamination of the environment and reduce health risks. However, let me say that our help would not be possible without active participation of the recipient countries that have put chemicals among their development priorities. I firmly believe that CSD 18 will deliver a solid review of the implementation of the CSD 18 thematic cluster, which will be a good basis for policy considerations at the CSD 19. Thank you very much for your attention.